Hello again, guys and ladies. Welcome back to JPDS Planes with me, the idiot. This is a bit of a situation I found myself in. I was trying to hide behind that sign and use the terrain to stop these 4 velociraptors from running me down. Oh my god. Might be a little screwed here, guys. Not gonna lie. Luckily, I think you have a little bit more health in this mod, or at least the dinosaurs don't do as much damage. You can see down in the bottom left, I'm at 48 health. Oh my god. Oh man, this is not. I'm trying to like juke them by sidestepping. I guess Anne was a running back in high school or something, or Tasha, whoever our character is meant to be here. Tasha Carter, that's right. So, if we weren't being run down by bullshit dinosaurs here, which of course followed me straight through the gate as soon as I tried to make a run for it. I was going to say that we're in part 2. I might just die and reload here, honestly. I only have 6 HP, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to heal again. Might have to save scum this. Now I have 0 HP, but I'm still going. I was going to say, this is part 2 of the level, and we're dead. Planes ahoy, getting the shrooms. Yeah, that's definitely me making those save games. Alright, so, yeah, we're in part 2 here of JPDS Planes. This level can very obviously be divided up into 2 segments. The second one usually doesn't have this many raptors inside. I seem to be a little bit unlucky with the pursuit this time. I'm gonna have to bunny hop away. I think this is, there's no way I'm gonna get away from these guys. I have no gun. I have no way to hide from them. I'm really sorry, guys, but I'm bunny hopping. I know this is cheap, but I don't see any other way I'm going to escape. And I want to show you the rest of this level, of course. I don't want to be stuck trying to avoid 4 velociraptors until the end of time. So this here is part 2 we're heading into of JPDS Planes. It's not an official part 2, but it's very obvious division in the level. I seem to recall both loving this part and hating this part, because this part can be very difficult and can be a little bit finicky, but anyway, let's go check it out. So here we have the InGen Site B Amber and Ore Mining. Station number 8. Okay. So this part is really cool. I like this a lot. You can see up there there's a bus. So ultimately our objective is we're going to have to climb up the mountain. However, if we keep following the road we were following, eventually it leads to a dead end. There's like a rock slide that we can't pass, of course. Classic video gaming trope right there. So we're going to have to go into here. Now, this right here is the Amber Mine, the Site B mining facility. Can we just open this? No. So we got to figure out how to get inside of here. Okay. I don't recall there being a key card either, so we're going to have to get a little creative, I think. Yeah, so we can't go up there. Maybe we can find... maybe we can pick something up. Ah, here we go. I know this particular piece of wood is quite light. The lightly colored wood is lighter than the darkly colored wood. Pro tip right there. Pro Trespasser gaming tip right there. Alright. Kind of snuck inside. So you guys might actually recognize this little building here that I'm currently inside of. When I first played this, I thought we were about to go down into the Jurassic Park 3 aviary, because that's what this is after all. But no, this is a reused asset. This actually... was intended for the aviary, the Jurassic Park 3 aviary, which would have appeared in this mod at some point later on. I know I haven't elaborated... Here's some amber, too. That's kind of cool. I know I haven't elaborated too much on kind of the what-if JPDS, if the mod had been expanded on, so I'll go a little bit into that. But later levels were supposed to include... I think JPDS 2 was supposed to focus on the hazardous species paddock, which is... if you guys remember in JP3, there's a part where they run from a Spinosaurus, from the Spinosaurus, and they run through this giant, like, super heavily fortified paddock fence. That was supposed to be the hazardous species paddock, according to JPDS. I can't get this, by the way. I'm struggling desperately. And the hazardous species paddock was supposed to be home to all of the creatures which were cloned on Isla Sorna after the evacuation, the animals that weren't on InGen's list. And so JPDS 2 is going to have the player navigating these gigantic, this giant paddock structure. It would have been just as large as all of the levels here combined that I'm going to play. And ultimately, of course, it never came to be. But I think we'll see some of that, actually. What is this? Invisible Man Witch? That's pretty funny, actually. What's this? But yeah, so this, what does this do? Can I pull this? Oh. Looks like we flipped that bridge over, okay. The aviary from Jurassic Park 3 was actually slated to appear, and I think it was the end of JPDS 2 or maybe JPDS 3. I think JPDS 3 was supposed to have two potential endings you could go to, and the aviary was supposed to be one of those two endings, with the other one being the worker village, which I mentioned earlier. So here we are inside of the Amber Mine. Now you guys are probably looking at this and going like, "What the hell is this?" And yeah, it's obviously a little bit unrealistic with this gigantic sheer cliff face, but it's cool and it's a video game, so I don't really care. So this is a gigantic platforming segment. Now, if you hate platforming in Trespasser, this is probably going to be the bane of your existence. But I quite like this, and I think this area is actually really well laid out. It's quite thoughtful. Today I've played two. I'm actually going to have played two major platforming segments in Trespasser levels because I know I played. If you guys watched my other video, I played Tres Prince 3D, which was I guess a recreation of Prince of Persia, and that level was a little bit difficult. I struggled with it. I felt that was maybe it was a little bit unfair with its design. So this area. Bit of a change up because I seem to recall this area being fairly well made. That being said, I'm already completely stuck and am already becoming utterly frustrated. No, I'm joking. This is fine. This is fine. I'm just a dumbass. Okay, we can kind of game the system here and climb over that. Do we need to go in here? This doesn't look safe. I'm just gonna say right now. This I would never go inside of this in real life. Okay. Yep, and that's why. Because you will be killed not by falling down, but by the physics of the thing interpolating into your torso. That's how you die in real life, of course. Objects interpolate into you and you die. So, am I supposed to go up there, or... are we going down? Maybe we're supposed to go down here. Let's check it out. I love this, this little lift here. This is from Summit, of course, the retail level. What the hell? Whoa. 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 That can't be right. Oh my god. Well, alright. The entire platform just kind of... It kind of disintegrated in a strange way. That was funny. So it looks like we gotta figure out how to lower the rest of this bridge. Okay. Saw that coming. You bastard. Alright. Okay, did not see that coming. The weird way that raised up. I guess we're going down here. Oh, man. Oh, God, something's falling on me. And now this is sliding out from underneath me. No! Oh. I love now there's just, like, crates. Like the world just hates poor Tasha here. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. You also see at the bottom that there's like a black texture indicating that's a bottomless pit. However, you'll see that it's just the ground with a black texture on it. Ah, no. Okay. Fuck that up. Let's try it again. Ah, and it crashed. Alright, the game just crashed really quickly, but it's just one of those, again, the game, again, I've said this before multiple times, but the game just really doesn't like when you reload repeatedly, so it happens. Oh boy. That's not good. Well, this level, I must say, this part, I find this part actually a lot of fun. This crazy amber mine here with this insane, super dangerous platforming. Even if I keep falling to my death, it's really fun. This must have required a lot of testing to get this to work properly. I don't envy the playtesters in this segment because getting this to work right must have taken absolutely forever. You see that just fell out. Ah, too much momentum. When you jump, you actually gain momentum, so if you jump too rapidly, you'll kind of just go flying and keep and almost go too far, and then you end up plummeting to your death. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh god. Oh man. Is this one stable? I need a break. Where am I supposed to go? No. Okay. Got a little excited there. I wonder if maybe that was the end and I just fucked up a little bit there. Oh my god! That was unexpected. Okay, is this one stable? Can I stand here? So where do we go from here? Looks like we gotta go up there, but how? Or do we have to go over there? No, can't go over there. Was I maybe supposed to throw something at that to like tilt it down or something? If so, that seems a little unfair considering I've come all the way out here and I have nothing to throw. I know Draconisaurus has been commenting on my videos, and he seems to really like the very punishing... Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to have something to throw. That's bullshit. So I'm fucked. Guess I'll die. Okay. So, yeah, Draconisaurus, he seems to really like the... As I was saying, Draconisaurus really seems to like the punishing nature of JPDS, where, in fact, you almost need to save scum. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that philosophy of level design, Draco. I'm sorry. I don't want the player to hate me. Because it does seem, you know, the fact that I just got stuck because of something I didn't know, and I would have to go all the way back through the level because of that, that just doesn't seem fair to me. If I were going to go back and update these levels, which I would love to in the future, I would probably make it so there's a lot less required save scumminess. Because I know that's a complaint that I've heard a lot of, and other users have mentioned on JPDS, that it can just be really unfair with the fact that it just expects you to know things in advance that you have no way of possibly knowing. Like, look at this. Now this is a dead end, and I don't... Like, am I supposed to jump to that? I don't know where to go. Like, I came all the way out here for what? Am I supposed to, like, pull that down? Or am I going backwards through this? That can't be right. What the hell? I also see Hammond's, Hammond's amber staff is just over there for some reason. So yeah, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going. Like, have I gone the wrong way? I mean, I'm just, like, completely boned now, or... Am I supposed to be able to knock those down with the item that I don't have? Can I maybe jump and knock those down? It's possible. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm just bitching about nothing here, but... Nope, can't do that. Alright. Yeah, I am not in favor of forcing the player to do things that they don't know they need to do and then not giving them the resources to do those things. This is totally going to kill me if I go in there. I'm not even going to bother. So are we knocking this down now? Yep, okay. And again, I really like the design of this area a lot. I love the really crazy, like, chaotic platforming. I think it's actually a lot of fun. But I also don't appreciate when the level design is just weird and... How did this happen, really? I don't appreciate when the level design sets you up for failure like that. I think it's just really unfair to the player. Especially a first-time player. Like, I've played this many times, so I'm relatively familiar with what I'm supposed to be doing. But, like, if you didn't know that... You know, you were supposed to be going a certain way or whatever. If you didn't know, for instance, remember the knife if you watched the playthrough of JPDS streams, remember that knife I had? And I needed the knife to get off the island with the Mayan heads or whatever. I didn't know I needed that knife, so I ended up getting teleported there without the knife. And then it turns out I would have been stuck on that island forever without the knife. So, you know, like, and a player could have wandered around forever trying to figure out what they've done wrong. You know, that's just not fair to me. That really is just not fair. So, yeah. Anyway, let's try to stop being a negative Nancy and play this. So I seem to have screwed up at some point. I feel like I was supposed to go a different route that I just didn't go to. I think I was supposed to go up that way and all the way up there because I think I saw another switch in one of those buildings up there that probably would have lowered the bridge. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to just fly over here. Because I think there may have been multiple ways to do this, or maybe I've gone backwards or something, and I like fucked up. Maybe I cheated. I don't know. Maybe I was, okay, I think I see what I've done wrong. So I was supposed to go in there and go around and down, and you see there's that plank there, and then I jumped up the cliff there by cheating, basically. I wasn't supposed to do that. What I was supposed to do was go around that way, fall down there, go down there and there and there and there, and then come all the way back around by jumping across all those platforms, I think, and go up there. And then I would have been on the other side of the bridge, gone up the platform, which would have broken underneath me. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of fucked up. So it's a little bit my fault. All that complaining was for nothing. I'm very sorry. Sorry, Draco. I'm a fucking dumbass. But, you know, I trespassered my way to victory, and look where it led me. Anyway, I wanted to go back because I wanted to show this off. This is awesome. Watch this.
Ow.
Oh, it didn't work. Okay. Well, that didn't work. All right. Okay, now the level just hates me. I was too mean. I was too mean to the level, and now it's trying to destroy me. So, in case it's not obvious, this is obviously meant to be some kind of counter-lever trebuchet here.
Ow.
Oh, there we go. Look at that. It worked. Cool. Yeah, that is awesome. I love that so much.
I can't believe I just did that.
I can't believe it either. That is so funny. Imagine doing that in real life. Like, that is insane. That's like a carnival stunt right there. Yeah, okay, so what I did wrong was I think I was supposed to go over there. That would have collapsed underneath me, and then I would have had to walk through, but I found a way to sneak around it. Life found a way in that circumstance. Gotta factor that in when you're making Trespasser levels, and, you know, it's not necessarily the level developer's fault. I feel like most people probably wouldn't have done what I just did, but in any case. Whoa, whoa. Chill the fuck out. Okay. So, so do I have to go up there, maybe? Do I have to use this plank? Okay, this is really light. I love how she just, like, one-hands this like it's nothing. Alright, let's scoot our way up here. I think I could scoot, right? I'm not scooching! I'm not scooching anywhere! Yes, you are! That's from Clay World. If you've never seen Clay World, your childhood was not cool. I went back and rewatched that a little while ago. Some of those videos are still quite funny, actually. There's one, what's it called? John Pinkerton. My friends and I still, to this day, will, whenever we meet someone named John Rowe, he's like, John! Your name's John! John! Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, what the fuck? But, yeah. John Pinkerton. Oh man, that's great. Yeah, sorry for all the crashing and the reloading in this level, guys. There's not much I can do about that. That's just me being shit at the game, and then the game being shit at existing. So, what more can you do? But it's okay. This level I might just play a little bit extra time. This one, oh my god, look at this! I'm stuck in the physics of this fucking big piece of wood here. I feel like that platform was supposed to fall down in a different way. I actually have to fly out of that. You see me cheating a lot here, just casually at this point. Again, this isn't because I want to cheat or I'm being lazy. It's because the game is either screwing me in some way or I'm doing it out of for the sake of time. And I'm not even thinking of doing it at this point because, whoops. Again, sorry, I just hit my microphone, guys. Hope you didn't hear that. Just because this is taking an extreme amount of time to get up here. Obviously, I'm supposed to climb up. You saw there's like a steel platform up there I'm supposed to get up to, but I can't quite do it. I might have just got it with this, actually. Come on, climb harder, damn it. Okay. Ouch. Don't really want to be taking damage either, since restoring health is difficult. I am getting very close to just flying up here, I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Okay. Again, see, like, this is a cool puzzle. This is, what the hell? Why is it vibrating? Uh-oh. It's jiggling. We got some jiggling here. I do like this. I like the concept of this, but why in the hell is this so difficult? Like, you couldn't have just, like, what I would have done was made this a flat surface up here. And as long as you can lean something against it, you can climb up, you can make your own little platform and jump up there. Why is the platform I'm trying to get to at some, like, crazy angle? I'm gonna fly. Because the physics have glitched out. Why is this at such a weird, crazy angle? Like, couldn't just make it, like, reasonable for the player to get up there. Like, they had to make it as difficult as humanly possible. Why, Draconisaurus? Why must you make such insanely painful levels? Now, no offense. I like this level. I like this part a lot, but I'm just having difficulties. And again, your experience in this, the funny thing about Trespasser is that your experience playing through this could be completely different than mine. Like, your physics could play out in such a way that it isn't exactly the same. This game, like, literally has chaos theory built into it. It's the butterfly effect, right? Like, one tiny thing could change, you know, a butterfly flaps its wings in Australia, I think it is, and then in Central Park it'll rain, something like that. I think that's the original consensus of the concept of the butterfly effect. Anyway, I'll stop Jeff Goldbluming and keep narrating the level here properly. So here you see we've bypassed that rock slide I was talking about. We bypassed the rock slide a bit, and we've got to climb up the mountains a little bit further. Unfortunately, there is another blockage on the road there, so we're going to have to go down into this cave if we want to proceed. And I do just happen to know that, so I'm not like being lazy. No, that is the case. Oh, we got a bit of a fog effect going on. That's kind of cool. All right, so let's see what's inside of here. I don't know if you guys heard. I thought I heard like a growl when I walked in here. It's usually not a good sign. There's another Allosaurus. I like that Trespasser, because if there's a Trespasser quotation by Hammond where he says not all of the original species survived. In the end, only a few of them adjusted to the new world. And then you go around the island and you find skeletons of Allosaurus and Brontosaurus, or Apatosaurus, I guess. And I like the implication that there were other dinosaur species on the island that just went extinct. That feels very realistic to me. I feel like such extreme biodiversity as often shown in the Jurassic Park universe, it's just a little unrealistic. Like, wouldn't a certain species find its niche and then all of the other less competitive species... There's the Suchomimus, by the way, from the lagoon that we didn't see earlier today. Oh, crap, there's another one. I feel like the amount of biodiversity going on the islands is a little bit extreme because such large animals, right? Like, one animal would really occupy... at least I believe, from my understanding of biology, which is very limited, but... I feel like such one large animal might be able to occupy, and such a small area as one of these Pacific islands, might be able to occupy such a niche that the other animals might struggle to compete and might go extinct. I don't really know. I don't know if that's how it actually works, but yeah, I always just kind of felt like it's crazy that there's like 15 large herbivores on this very small island. I mean, there's probably stuff like that in Africa, but you think in Africa, right? Like, sure, there's hippopotamuses, there's elephants, there's giraffes, you know, rhinoceroses, and I'm just falling through the ground. Really crazy physics going on here. You think in Africa, you got, you know, all these large herbivores, but, and some of them do share habitats. But again, that's Africa, right? Like, I say Africa as if it's some small thing, but, you know, the landmass of Africa is fucking colossal, right? Like, Africa, most people don't know, but Africa is, I believe, one of the largest continents, if not the second largest. Because on the Mercator projection, which is, of course, the world map that we always see, the Mercator projection, I don't know how that's pronounced, but on the standard layout of the world map as we tend to see it, Africa doesn't look like it's actually that large, but in real life, Africa is actually fucking colossal. It's because of the fact that that map is flat and things, so which means that on around Earth, things at the northern tip and the southern tip look way bigger than they should be. So Greenland looks fucking colossal on a map, but it's actually not that big. I mean, it's big, but it's not that big, right? I'm actually stuck right now. The physics of these rocks are really, really weird. I'm just kind of rambling now. I mean, we're just here to like vibe, right? I'm not. I'm gonna have to fly out of this because I am thoroughly stuck. We're just here to like hang out and talk about random shit. I almost feel like these streams, well, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like these videos would be better as streams, but I haven't tried using Twitch before, and frankly, just getting this very basic NVIDIA setup I have going on here has been a pain in the ass, so for now, I think we're going to stick with these pre-recorded videos. Plus, I don't have unlimited time to just be streaming. Like, I don't know how these streamer people find time to do streams and other shit, like, on schedule all the time. I guess if it's their occupation, right? But, you know, I have school as well, and don't really have time for that. Also, I know a lot of my visitors, but a lot of my viewers are international as well. So I don't want to be like, hey, I'm streaming at, you know, 5 o'clock p.m. on Saturday here, Eastern Standard Time, And then everyone's like, okay, yeah, but that's like 5 in the morning for me, you know? I'm over in Hong Kong or whatever.
Vertigo. I do not get vertigo.
I mean, I'm not getting vertigo right now, but I am getting really sick of the really stupid physics going on here. These rocks obviously are using the default Trespasser physics, I believe, because these are reskins of the Trespasser rocks that I'm climbing up to get out of here. But I feel like the physics haven't been modified to better suit the puzzle, so this is just really finicky to try to deal with. I really like this, though. This is really cool, climbing up out of this cave with this cool waterfall underneath me. Really nice. It's just, you know, like, what the hell is going on here? Why can't I climb up this? It's not entirely clear. Like, what is this? Why is there this giant steep face now? Why would you not use the flat side? I know I'm complaining again, but this is another one of those things, like, you know, it's this cave here, which, by the way, I believe was made by someone named Mickey. I think this is called Mickey's Cave for real, but again, I would have maybe tested that a little bit more and just ensured that for, you know, beginner players that's not super hard to deal with, because, you know, I'm a veteran player of this game, and that was pretty difficult to climb up. Not because it was a difficult jumping puzzle, because the jumps were hard to make, but because the physics were just really fucking broken. And again, I don't know if that was really the level developers' fault. I don't want to blame them for that. Anyway, we made it out of the cave. That was pretty cool. Let's keep going. You can just see the edge of the ocean there. Don't mind that. That's obviously because of my view distance tweaks that I made to this mod. So now, obviously, me, like, going back, thinking, okay, I've made tweaks to this, and what have I realized? The view distance goes too far and allows you to see the edge of the world map. Like, if we climb up here, we can see, yeah, you can just see the edge of the ocean.
Mountain dangerously high.
Imagine seeing that sign. Like, do you think there's a sign like this somewhere in the world? That's pretty funny. Warning, mountain dangerously high. Like, yeah, no shit. Dude, did they really need to tell you that something is dangerously high? Like, what the hell? Anyway, I have reached the end of my time here. I know we crashed a bit, so there's going to be a little bit cut out of this video. We're almost at the end. I'm debating whether I want to go back. You know what? I think we're going to stop and we're going to save this for part 3. At the end of this level, because there is a little bit more to this level I'm going to explore after that, probably by flying. But I don't want to be in a rush. I want to continue to take it kind of casually. So until then, it's been The Idiot. Thank you guys and ladies for watching this video, and toodles.